Hello, everyone, and welcome to United Way. Live United. I'm Terry Westerfield, and joining me today, we have friends in from the Neighborhood Housing Services. I want to welcome to the program Donna Derensberg, who is the coordinator of training and education, and that's the Homeownership Center with Neighborhood Housing Services. Welcome, Donna.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you so much for having me.
I am glad to have you back again, and you brought Louis, who says he likes Louis. Louis Schneider, who is the Director of Design Build Development. Louis, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, Terry. Thanks for having us, and I hope we have a good conversation about NHS.
And Eva Soul is here. Now, Eva, we've met you before, too. You're the director of the Ferret Neighborhood Center. That's NHS Community Building Initiatives Program. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks so much for having us.
I'm glad you're in. We have a special guest. She said something about being a birthday girl. And Ms. Linnell Valentine, who not only is she special in every other way, but she is a proud homeowner because she is an NHS graduate. Welcome to the program, Linnell.
Thank you for having me here, and it's a pleasure.
I tell you what, you've got a smile on your face I wish everyone could see. So I know you've got good things to share with us and the audience today.
Yes.
Those of you who are listening, and let me just tell you a little bit. Neighborhood Housing Services, or NHS, is one of United Way of Southeast Louisiana's community impact partners or partner agencies. Now, United Way SELA, we help fund the NHS homeownership program, and this training provides comprehensive, affordable home ownership services, including financial fitness preparation, home ownership counseling, foreclosure mitigation, home buyer education, financing assistance, and more and more. And I tell you what, I'm not going to tell you the story because the good folks sitting here today are going to do that. And Donna, I hope you can start us off because NHS is just a phenomenal program. Can you give us a little background on how it all started and where you concentrate your efforts?
Oh, thank you, Terry. Yes, Neighborhood Housing Services has actually been in business for about 18 years now. So
Wow.
We have had a myriad of programs over the past few years, but our longer standing programs are our home buyer training program and our construction management program. So just to tell you a little bit about the home buyer program, which is where my expertise is, Neighborhood Housing Services runs a comprehensive home buyer pre-purchase program. What we do is we bring in folks from all backgrounds, so there's no income limit, no age limit, anything, no type of restriction. Anyone from the greater New Orleans and surrounding parishes welcome to attend the program. And we start them off by doing a counseling assessment, determining where they are in terms of mortgage readiness. We work with them to get their credit and financials in order. We put them through comprehensive training classes. The two of them are the financial fitness course, which is a 12 classroom hour financial readiness course where we talk to them about everything from the fundamentals of budgeting and planning your spending to short and long-term investments, preparing your tax records accurately, managing your credit for the short and long term. So there's so much information packed in that course.
And I was going to say, there's a lot that people have to do or should do, let's put it that way, should do before they become a homeowner. And a lot of people think it's, well, I've got a job now, I've worked hard, I've got a few dollars in savings, I think my credit score qualifies me, I'm going to go look for a house. But really, it needs so much more. You need so much more. And I'm looking at, I'm going to call her the princess in pink. She says she is the birthday girl, but I know she's very special. And Lena, I want you to weigh in because you're a graduate, you're a proud homeowner, so maybe you can give us kind of a first-hand observation. What was it like to go through this kind of program and through these different things to become a homeowner? Was it your dream?
It was my dream, and I want to thank Neighborhood Housing Services because if it wasn't for them, it wouldn't be no me. It helps you turn rentals into homeowners, and now I have became a homeowner, shipped with the company of Neighborhood Housing for 2 years. I started off at a fair on Ferret Street where they located at, and I met Miss Donna and another coworker at the Ferret Street Festival, and that's how it all started for me to become a homeowner. And I asked questions whether how the program runs, and I can tell you all that is a true program. It's no faking in it. You have to be a true believer and claim whatever you want to become a homeowner. I am a believer, and it was like a one-on-one counseling. And
Well, tell
it's
me,
been
let me
great
interrupt
service.
for a second, because here you are, you're saying at a Ferret Street fair, and it makes everybody think of, oh, when they've got the jewelry and they've got the food, everybody's out there having a good time. Sounds like somebody kind of sneaking in some really important information at those booths as well.
That's right. We're always looking for opportunities to get our message across. We try to do it through community outreach initiatives like the Ferret Festival, like the different things that go on in and around the community. And my colleague Eva Soul, the director of the Ferret Neighborhood Center, also does a phenomenal job of getting the word out about the many services and resources that NHS provides.
So there you are. You're having, is it kind of a little booth, a little setup there?
Yes.
And then we've got Linnell, who's out just to enjoy herself in the neighborhood, and she comes across Eva, Darren. Who do you come across?
Neighborhood housing. And I had a wonderful connection with the community. It was a positive experience to join them. And look at me now. I'm a homeowner for 2 years, going stronger.
I was going to say, you can't stop smiling, and that is a good thing. But how long have you been a renter? For years?
For years.
And did you ever think you could become a homeowner?
I claim it. Yes, I did.
And it's because you wanted it enough to make it happen, it sounds like.
That's correct. I worked hard enough for it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give this a try, and it became. And now I am a referral to the neighborhood housing. I refer others.
Well, that's great, because now you're a first person, you're a testimonial of sorts. Here
This
we
is a
can
testimony.
say, hey, look at Linnell. She did it, and if she did it, why not you?
Exactly.
Well, let me ask you, is there a big difference between being a renter and a homeowner?
Yes, it is. It's cheaper for the rentals. It's more. I mean, you're your own homeowner. You're your own landlord. That's the most, and it's the best gift that God could allow anyone to have. And I feel as though if He did it for me, He can do it for others. But you have to be a believer in order to walk in the steps to become a homeowner. So I advise everyone, if you're looking for a home, you need help, you need counseling, they will work you through it. Mr. Lewis, the inspector, the director, you can call them for anything. They're always on my side.
And Lewis is smiling a little bit, saying, what? Does that sound like you're on call 24/7, sir?
No, we hours are 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Classes are held on Saturday. Donna does her classes on Saturday, but we do welcome calls. Anybody can call me. The guys in my department will help you figure your way through it. That's what we'll do.
But I love the idea. You're all working as a team, and this is something you really, really wanted. So did you start then going to Donna's classes or meeting with Eva, and then Lewis helped? Or just take it from the beginning.
I
You've met,
started,
how you're out there, and now what happens? After you've met, you've shaken hands, you've talked about it, and said, I want to be a homeowner. What happened next?
I came in. I asked, how do I fill out the application? They told me I have to come on a Wednesday, and I have to have a money order, which was for $35. So I did that, got enrolled, met everyone. It was like a whole bunch of us from all type of backgrounds, areas. St. Bernard Parish I met, and they was telling us about the program, and they have the money out here. You just got to get in the class to find out the information. And on Saturdays, we did 2 Saturdays. And if you wanted to learn more, you pay $50 extra to come help yourself to better your credit. Then I was introduced to the United Way. Once I came to the United Way, it was a program that you had to stay on for like 6 months. But it's like a banking situation where you have to maintain your bank account for those 6 months. Just
Part of our individual development account. Yes.
Correct. And it was a wonder experience.
So you really, now I like this, because I always like to hear when United Way and partner agencies, nonprofits like Neighborhood Housing Services can work hand in glove to make something happen in the community. And again, I'm so excited just to see all the smiles in this room. And Desiree, I'm sorry, I said Desiree. Desiree, smile for me over there. She is too. But Linnell, you enjoyed it. So you felt really comfortable, and that you could take those next steps, and then getting help and finding the home of your dreams, or the one you knew you could make into your dream home, maybe.
Exactly. What happened was, actually, this was around Mardi Gras, and everybody was going to the Mardi Gras parades. I was searching for a home. I claimed it. I told Donna, I sat in the first seat in the class every day. I said, I want to have a house within 6 months. And within those 6 months, I moved in. It took 6 months because I moved in on August 23rd. And I signed and went to closing on that particular date. I told them I wanted to be in my house within 6 months. And I signed the paper, went to the city hall, and I was good to go. It was a blessing.
I'll tell you what, and it's great because of all the opportunities to learn, to help get your finances in order, to study in budgets. Not everybody is born with that gift of just being able to budget or being able to understand about taxes and everything else that are going to be necessary. And I think that you have the opportunity to learn through neighborhood housing services and then finish up with the IDA program
Yes.
at United Way. It's just a perfect fit. And I think what it also exemplifies is something that, we talk about that if there is more home ownership, communities can often be stronger, more vibrant, because there is a more vested interest. And do you find that true now as a homeowner?
I am a true believer. I am definitely a true believer. Take it from me. One step. If you have to lead by the way, just have your faith. And it was there for me.
Well, Ava, let me ask you, because you're with the Freret Neighborhood Center, and that's kind of where neighborhood housing services started, in and around that area. So take us a little bit into that history. And I know that we've had folks on before who have been recipients of services, and they absolutely love going to the center. But it is more. It's become kind of the nucleus of that neighborhood, hasn't it?
Absolutely. It's definitely a hub. I think that the people that come to the neighborhood center come for many different reasons. We are for a variety of different services, and some of them are for people to directly receive services or participate in a program. And a lot of folks also come in because they want to volunteer, because they want to help their neighbor. And that's what the neighborhood center is. It's an entry point. NHS opened our little space back in 2007. We operate out of a small double shotgun house that NHS used to own as a rental property, but the tenants didn't want to come back after the storm. And so they decided to convert that space into a community center. NHS had been working in Freret since 1994. They started the Freret Street Festival. They had been connecting with the neighborhood association. They had been working to address blight and other issues in the community as it was really revitalizing before Katrina. And after the storm, people came back and they really wanted to rally and see that the progress that was being made in that neighborhood continued. And so NHS really cemented their commitment to the Freret Milan area by opening up the community center. All of the different programs that we operate were started by residents. It's a place that's really about fostering leadership development. And it was once people came in, they saw themselves as leaders, they started to see how they could make improvements to the community. So they started an after-school program where kids learn entrepreneurship and arts, and they sell at the Freret Market. They started a community computer lab so that people could come in and not only access technology, but also work with volunteers to help them one-on-one, because not everyone has grown up with a computer or is able to access the services that are necessary. I mean, when you look around today, especially after Katrina, one of the things we noticed is that as people came back and started looking for employment in service industry, like most of the biggest employers in the city require online job applications. So even if you're going to be working in dietary services at Ochsner Baptist Hospital, you're going to need to be able to get onto a computer, create a resume, use all those services. And so we bring in volunteers who can work with people one-on-one. And we just do a variety of different activities. We work with neighborhood associations and people in the community to address community problems. And so it's once they go through the Donna's Homebuyer program and they've moved into a community and they know what they want to see, what their vision is for themselves and for the children in their community and their neighbors, we try to help make that dream become realized. And so we have a seniors group that meets there, helping connect seniors to resources. We are just getting started with a new project, actually. It's called the Uptown Tool Library. It's going to be based outside of in the backyard of the neighborhood center. But we had a big beautification project, and all these volunteers from a company came in last spring, and they donated hundreds and hundreds of tools, and we've been doing beautification projects. Well, now we want to make those available to individual homeowners and the neighborhood associations, and so people will be able to come to the neighborhood center, check out tools, take care of their lawns, help take care of the lawns of their neighbors. Maybe they're seniors who can't care for their backyard like they used to. And so it's an entry point, and it's a tool for people to be able to improve their own lives and to be able to improve their community.
I love that. A library lawn card of sorts.
Yep.
Pick up the tool. But do you see that, again, I'm always just enamored when I think of this collaborative effort. I think of this kind of big human quilt, everybody working together making something successful in an area that has been there. It's a very historic neighborhood. And to have people come, stay, and want to grow it like Linnell has. And Louis, I beg to have to talk with you because you're the guy who's got the know-how with the hammer, the nail, the slide, the everything. You can do it. What do you see as your important role in all of this with neighborhood housing services?
The role of the Design Build Center is to help people fix up houses that need to be repaired. We also offer the service now of aging in place and universal design, which helps seniors stay in their homes by maybe renovating their bathrooms, widening doors, doing the things that are going to help them later in life. So we've been doing a lot of those lately. We are going to start doing real-time home inspections next month.
Let me stop you there. What does that mean exactly?
I mean, that means it's going to be we're going to be licensed home inspectors next month, and we'll be able to do home inspections for people that are looking to buy houses or people that just want to fix their house to see what's wrong with it. So we're going to be doing those. We do new construction. We do renovations. We do small things as small as building ramps for seniors that need help accessing their house or being able to get out of their house to go to the store or whatever. We do some health and safety things for their houses as well, and that's all incorporated in the aging in place services that we offer.
Well, explain some of those things because ramps everybody's familiar with, but when you're talking about other aging in place things that might need to be done, we were talking before the program. We know about maybe making wheelchair accessible bathrooms or things, but there's a lot more into it. It's about placement of things that we take for granted, isn't it? Like switches and everything else. I mean, there's a lot of thought that goes behind this.
Right. There is a lot of thought. And if somebody's living in a house already, it can be very expensive to do all the little things. For instance, lowering light switches, that's an expensive proposition. But the things that we like to offer to the seniors is where they might not be able to get into a bathtub anymore. So we'll remove the bathtub and install a shower with a very small step that they can get into. And actually, you can drive a wheelchair into the shower the way they're designed. We want to, on the exterior of the house, the ramps are one of those things, but we like outside lighting because when they come home at night, no telling what's going to happen. The lights come on automatically. There's plenty of light for them to get the key in the door. Safety issues like that are what we're trying to do. In the bathroom, that's the room where most accidents happen. They can slip. We put grab bars up, maybe move the toilet to a better situation, in a better spot in the bathroom so they can access it better if they're in a wheelchair, those kind of things. We talk about all of that, but all of our guys are trained in universal design, which universal design is being used now by everyone to design houses before they're built. So these aging in place features are set in the house already. It's less expensive to do it on the front end than it is for us to go in and renovate a bathroom. The bathroom is expensive to renovate, but if you set the bathroom up early in a house that we might be building, or somebody might want some information on what to do as far as universal design, and set it up so there's not a whole lot you have to do later in life to convert it to a place where someone can age in their own home, and that's what most seniors want to do. They want to stay in their own house.
Well, they do, and we've many research studies and the agencies, the nonprofits with whom we all work, have a lot of material to prove that it's better for the individuals or the couples. It's better for the city.
Exactly. Everybody wants to stay home. I mean, that's all the seniors that we help. They don't want to leave. They want to be here. They're born, raised here. Their families are here. They don't want to go anyplace, but they really, really, truly want to stay in their house, and these programs help them. We've been able to help some over the last few years. If we had a whole lot more funding, we could help a whole lot more seniors.
We talked a little bit about the program before the program. We were a graying city to begin with, and our demographics are such, even though we have all these wonderful young entrepreneurs and things coming in, there's a huge group of us that are aging baby boomers and beyond. So some kudos to you. I had a friend just recently built a home using the universal design, thinking to the future. what they were going to need. So this is nice. If somebody else is thinking that way, they can literally call up NHS and said, I'd like to speak with Lewis or one of your team members. You will do that. You can be hired out to offer that expertise.
That's correct. We'll hire our services out to do help with design. We can help with construction management on the house. We can help them through the whole thing. We can design the house. We can help them find a contractor that will not rip you off, and we can oversee the whole project for a minimal fee. We have discounted fees for seniors and low to mod income people, so we do have discounted rates for all of that too.
Okay, right now somebody is rushing to grab pen and paper because this sounds almost too good to be true, Louis. So they're going to want a number, the name, the website. Can you give that to us?
Okay, our website is nhs.nola.org, nhsnola.org. That's our website. We're located at 4528 Ferret Street, New Orleans, Louisiana, 70115. We started in the Ferret neighborhood a long time ago, like everybody said, and the whole neighborhood is really booming now. It's a great place. The phone number at NHS is 504-899-5900.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to say that one more time.
Slower? Okay. 504-899-5900. That's our main line. You can ask for any one of these lovely people that are here today, Eva or Donna or myself, or the people at the front desk can guide you to the department that you need to be directed toward.
See, just amazing. It's kind of like first Ferret, then the world. Does that it does? And yes, that's right. Yes. No, but there are so many things. To sit down and have these strategic plans and how you are moving in the different services and how you have adapted. We talk about, I think our lives are always going to be designated, pre and post Katrina, unfortunately. It's hard to believe it's going to be, 10 years?
10 years, yep.
But it is. There's been a lot of people having to make a lot of choices and adapting to their environment, to their own physical needs and things. And it's wonderful to see an agency such as yours, a nonprofit, do such a good job of keeping up with the demands. And I think that's key to your significance in the neighborhood and the role you play throughout this area.
Most definitely. One of the things that we want to do while we, again, as Lewis said, help to keep folks in their homes, the aging population, we still want to let the younger folks that want to stay, reinvest, and rebuild know that there are affordable homeownership opportunities for them here. We can help them to prepare themselves. We can also help them to access programs such as the United Way's IDA program that can give them the down payment and closing cost assistance that they might need to help make their dream of homeownership a reality. So all they need to do is be willing to, like Linnell said, make that first step in the right direction, and that's to come to Neighborhood Housing Services.
She's still smiling. She's still smiling. Well, I asked you this earlier about if you go out and you talk to other people and tell them about neighborhood housing services, but because of your goodwill and out there among everyone, have you convinced anybody else to sign up? And do we know some other new homeowners because of all of your collective good works?
Of course, that's my blessing to give back, to share my connection. I had the connection, so I just go out and I let them know my experience with the neighborhood housing. So I just give them the telephone number and let them know, just call them up. If you need me to take you over there, pick up an application as we speak. Today I need to take an application and bring it over to a friend. I tell everybody, tell a friend, pass it on, bring a friend.
It's perfect. And it seems like it's working so far.
It definitely is. She's our biggest referral source.
We like that. We like that. Oh, but it is, you did bring up something that was nice because we've been talking a bit here about the aging population and seniors and baby boomers, et cetera. But yes, the younger folks moving in, you can tell I'm aging, right? The younger folks. Anyway, is more, let's say, 30 and below are coming to town or have grown up here and want to stay. And that's one of the biggest things you can do out in your life, I think, is to buy that first home. It's such a monumental achievement. And I would imagine that it can also be frightening for them. It doesn't matter how much education they've had or how much research they've done, but they need the good folks like you to kind of guide them through the process as well. And I would think Lewis, and even maybe that's kind of where you come in strongly as well.
Absolutely. Well, one of the projects that I'm really excited about coming out of the neighborhood center is a youth leadership program and mural project. And the idea is that we're going to be, the Partnership for Youth Development recently did a study and a sort of a survey of the lay of the land. And one of the recommendations they had was that we needed more teen programs and we needed to teach young people leadership skills. And so when we think about the work that we do at the neighborhood center, we wanted to apply it to that particular demographic. And so kids are going to come in and they're going to be a part of a 10-part leadership development series, and they're going to be able to have conversations with people who have been in the community, some of our seniors, about that neighborhood. They're going to talk to other neighborhood leaders about what they see, and then they're going to internalize and apply their own vision for the community, and they're going to transform it into art. So it's a very exciting opportunity for kids to really create a sense of ownership for themselves in that community, create some spaces in the neighborhood which are right now currently blighted or they're covered in graffiti, and they're going to take ownership of those spaces and say, this is our community now and it will be in the future. And so I'm very excited about those kids, becoming leaders in our community and eventually going through the NHS Homebuyer program and really investing their lives in these neighborhoods.
Just coming full circle.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Well, as we said, Ferret and that area is home base. But you said early in the program, Donna, that anybody can come and get the training and the things that they need because, and you mentioned that too as well, Linnell, that you get the training, but you may be going back to St. Bernard or somewhere else to buy a home. Now, do you venture beyond the Ferret Street area? I mean, Lewis, do you or someone then go if say, Linnell has a friend that says, I'm signing up, I'm taking the courses, but I have this house and pick a place. It could be St. Bernard, it could be Gentilly, wherever. Lakefront, who knows? Do you go and help in inspections and look around then and kind of tell them maybe yay or nay if something is a good investment or not?
We service the whole metropolitan area.
Everybody?
Everybody, yes.
Wow.
We service the whole metropolitan area so people can come to class from St. Bernard or Jefferson or Plaquemine, whoever wants to come to class can sign up for class. And we will do inspections in those parishes. We do construction management in those parishes. We just travel the whole metro area, all services. I know Eva's is more concentrated on Ferret Street, but our services stretch out further. But Eva's people, Eva is always sending people to us to help.
Absolutely. And if people, and I do want to say that the Ferret Neighborhood Center, we're based in there. We work with a lot of those residents. But if you, know someone who needs help applying for a job or wants to learn some basic computer skills, they're welcome to come to our computer lab. If there's folks who are, moved into a different area, they're a new homeowner, maybe they want to get involved in their neighborhood association or they want to start a neighborhood association, or they want to engage youth in their community, we welcome everyone to come to the Ferret Neighborhood Center and sort of talk with us about those, do some leadership trainings, and talk about how they can apply the things that we've learned in our community to the areas where they're located. So we are also open to servicing people all over the New Orleans area.
That's perfect. And I have to ask you one more time, Linnell, do it again?
I would do it again, all over again, all over again.
And Donna, we've just got a little bit time left. If you could take us out and just spend the last few moments letting everybody know the importance one more time of NHS and just what you perhaps need from the community.
Well, we definitely want to let everyone out there know that NHS is open to any and everyone interested in home ownership. We service the greater New Orleans and surrounding parishes. So if you're looking at Kenner, St. Bernard, Chalmette, any of those areas, we would welcome you with open arms. So give us a call at 504-899-5900 and we can get you started.
Thank you so very much. Donna Dahrensberg, the coordinator of training and education, and that's part of the Home Ownership Center with Neighborhood Housing Services. Lewis Schneider, who is the director of the Design Build Department. Eva Soul, who is the director of the Ferret Neighborhood Center, and that's part of NHS Community Building Initiatives. Linnell Valentine, who is a very proud homeowner and an NHS graduate. And I'm Terry Westerfield. I want to tell you just one little thing about United Way before we leave. We ask you to aspire to help people live the best life possible. United Way in Southeast Louisiana supports health and human service programs of nonprofit agencies like Neighborhood Housing Services that, with United Way, work to strengthen children and youth, the elderly, families, and individuals from all walks of life in Jefferson, Orleans, Plaquemine, St. Bernard, St. Tammany, Tangipahoa, and Washington parishes. I'm Terry Westerfield, and for United Way, live united.